And welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to Paris Saint-Germain versus CR Flamengo FIFA Intercontinental Cup Final 2025. Yeah, I am. I don't want to talk about it. This is part of the reason why. Leave me alone. And we're off. Welcome to the finale. Well, no, it's the final, not the season finale. With that being said, Paris Saint-Germain contra CR Flamengo. They cleared away. PSG's already on the ball. Turns out when you wake up 30 minutes before a match, it's hard to put a suit on in 30 minutes and do all the bullshit I need to when it comes to these games. At least I didn't miss the kickoff, didn't I? With that being said, PSG contra CR Flamengo. La FIFA Copa Intercontinental Final. UEFA champion versus the CONMEBOL champion who won 2 matches to get here. The UEFA champion who qualified back in May. Starting 11s are as follows. Matvei Safanov. I'm going to be live for the Morocco Arab Cup final. Everybody tell Sun thank you. I'll be live tomorrow too. I won't be up as late this time. Warren Zaire-Emery, Marquinhos, William Pacho, Noon Mensch. The midfield 3 of Ruiz. Free kick by Flamengo. Header. Out. They're wearing white. PSG wearing their blue. Midfield 3 of Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, João Neves, Desiree Doué, Kavicha, Kvaratskhelia, Kang-in Lee. Lee Kang-in, the starting 11 for Paris. Starting 11 for Flamengo. Rossi, Augustine Rossi, the back 4 of Guillermo Varela. We have Leo Ortiz, Leo Pereira, Alexandro, the midfield 2 of Eric Pulgar, Jorginho. Midfield 3 of Jorge Carrascal, Georgian de Arrasqueta, Gonzalo Plata, and Bruno Henrique up top. 2 minutes in, 0-0, 0-0. Foul, PSG. How we doing? Okay, we're good. 3-10, 0-0, settle with settle. Yeah, because FIFA, I should have remembered. Yeah, FIFA's almost right on the damn dot. Free kick for PSG. Unlike every other stupid federation in this freaking godforsaken world of football. No, when FIFA says something starts at the top of the hour, it does. Even when they had to announce everybody single-handedly. Shot and side netting. Flamengo could lose about 4-0. I would hope not. I don't think so, but the way they look, yeah, this game's going to be a freaking shit show, isn't it? As everything else is. Oh, it's just that. Okay. Playing forward. Playing forward. 0-0. PSG playing it around the back, which Flamengo's had some moments here too. Free kick the other way. Jordan de Arrasqueta gave away the foul. Center ref, don't know. Okay. What the hell happened to Chevalier? He's on the bench. Did they realize he was shit? Safanov? What the hell happened to Chevalier? Did they realize he was shit? They shouldn't have pushed out Donnarumma for him? Wow. Anybody could have told you that was a bad idea. Speaking of, that Man City play today? See, Donnarumma, there's no way. That's the last starting 11, yeah. There is no way Donnarumma starts the Carabao Cup game today. No way. Why is Sealy being linked to the Rapids? Not just linked, he's going there. They're trading for him. Not just linked, he's going there. But it's technically better than Montreal. To be real. So, could be worse. Playing forward. It's not just a... It's a done deal. He is going to be on the Colorado Rapids. Playing forward. At least he went somewhere. Playing forward. That's Rossi. Free kick here. 6 minutes in. PSG aren't a buzzsaw yet. Well, it's still better than Montreal. Rapids were closer to the Western Conference playoffs than Montreal were the Eastern playoff. So, could be worse. Playing forward. PSG on the ball. Eight minutes in. Playing forward, PSG. Some shit move. At least him and Wayne can play together. Well, I hope him and Wayne can play together, but maybe the Rapids manager will treat him like the Rapids 2 manager did, which that was still malpractice, but who cares? Playing forward. Shot, goal, and PSG finally scores a chip. And it's 1-0 for PSG. This might be an ass kicking. And that is Fabian Ruiz. Pretty good goal. 8 minutes in. Fabian Ruiz scores. And Flamengo's like asking for an offside flag or something. I don't think so, but Fabian Ruiz, Doué loses the ball. PSG presses it heavily. They thought it went out. Oh. They thought the ball went out before it got cleared right to Ruiz, who chipped it into the net. Rossi thinks he did not get a chance to clear the ball, or the ball went out before he hit it. Kicked it. Maybe that's why you don't play the damn thing. Didn't realize that would happen to you. You fucked around and found out. Cleared it. It would have went out if you didn't kick it. You kicked it. They don't know if it went in or out. And you got chipped for your own troubles. Oh, is that Ishmael Alpha? He's the center ref? Nice. Huh. I haven't seen his face in a while. And he's center reffing an IC Cup final. Rossi, I think the ball actually did go out, though. Now, who cares? I don't think they're going to flip it, but the ball did go out. I say it went out, so it shouldn't count, but that's just my look. That angle was like, it seemed like the ball was out completely. After review, the ball was out of the goal kick. Ball was out of play. It's a goal kick, so it is 0-0. Flamengo gets a stay of execution, but the way they're playing, no, it ain't going to extra time, and they ain't going to lose in the last 2 minutes. No, they're going to get killed the way they're playing. Turns out PSG might still be a buzzsaw. I don't know. Turns out PSG might still be a buzzsaw. I'm overreacting to the fact they got beat by Chelsea, and I ain't really heard a damn thing about them since. Also the Tottenham game, where they really should have lost that one corner. Well, also the Tottenham game. PSG's been doing okay in the Champions League, but who's been listening to them? I mean, what the hell have they done? None too special. Ball crossed in. Header. Here comes Newman. Shot wide. Yeah, no, Flamengo's dead. Goal kick. I think. Yeah, Flamengo's dead. They just don't know it yet. Tighten up. You got to give, or whatever it's called. Well, there you go. How we doing, William? How we doing? Ball crossed in. Cleared away. Oh, Gulf Cup, Arab, Intercontinental and Arab Cup in 3 days. Player down, Desiree Doué. Have you watched Don Garber's interview with Landon Donovan and Tim Howard? No. Why would I listen to him? Why would I listen to Don Garber? If there's any dumb bullshit he said, I'll see it on Reddit or something. I ain't gonna listen to that idiot's voice. I don't need to. He said some dumb shit. Unless, like, the only way I'd probably listen to an interview is if he was being interviewed by, like, Herc Gomez. Not that Herc will call him out on his bullshit either, but, you know, it's more likely. Kang In Lee will destroy Mexico. Really? Well, maybe they should just call him. Talk about the issue with Northern States. Wow, I'm surprised. But here's the cope that, like, the Northern teams are putting out. We voted for it because it's pretty much the same calendar that we already play in. It's not that different. Yeah, the problem with that is he's good. You don't know how things will go at the World Cup, though. Yeah, he could destroy Mexico. I don't know how good Mexico's going to be in 6 months. I mean, their defense isn't exactly the problem either. Like, you want to talk about Mexico's problem, it's not really their defense. It's probably more the fact they can't score unless it's Raul Jimenez. So that does make things look worse, but Maybe I'm underrating him just like an underrated PSG because I don't know. 15th minute. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Then again, I'd rather play Liga MX than Ligue 1. But PSG still plays the Champions League. How many games of every game is that? Like every 2-3 games? Playing forward. PSG has the ball. Vitinha. Just because every time they play a league game, they play garbage competition. Blocked away. Oh. Playing forward. Cross in. Blocked away. Shot save. Safanov makes a save. Okay, we don't have to do it then. You disrespected the Scottish Prem. Hearts are going to win it now. Ligue 1 PSG are 4 points behind RC Lens. Oh, so it's the every so often season where the PSG chokes it. Awesome. So they aren't a buzzsaw then. I just saw the fact they drew a game or drew like 3 games and lost 1. That's all I saw. When the hell did Lens go above them? I could have sworn. That must have just happened. December 14th. Okay, so. Yeah, 3 draws, 2 losses. And that third draw is why they're under them by a point. No, they're only behind by a point. And they're on equal games, so no. But either way, 1 point at Christmas. Wow. Lens might be the team. Is that the team who has Florian Thauvin? Speaking of Liga MX flare-outs. Yeah, they do. 32 years old. Florian Thauvin is actually having a good year. Ligue 1. How the hell flare out? Then again, well, Bernadeschi ain't even done that well. Freaking, yeah, it would honestly be that, wouldn't it? Well, Florian Thauvin doing it Lens would be like if Federico Bernadeschi was scoring goal after goal at Bologna after failing in MLS. Well, I wouldn't say fail. He didn't do as bad as Insigne, but you know. Going back to Europe when he left for MLS and got older and doing better. Depends on what you want to call failing. It's 1 point now. Okay. I think the PSG will dominate Flamengo. Had the feeling they're going to win since they're the Super Cup champions. The Super Cup don't mean shit. And they're somehow behind Lens in the frickin' Ligue 1. I don't know how I didn't notice that. I checked the table. It might just be the year PSG bottles it in their domestic league every so often. The last time it happened was what, 2021? So it's a little bit too early for it, but you know, yellow card for Jorginho. Maybe that's the problem with bringing out a team of not Galacticos. I don't know. Either way, they should win, but Puerto Rico. Tomorrow we'll be live for the Arab Cup final at 10 o'clock. I won't have to put on the suit, so if I oversleep a little bit, I will try not to do that. Playing forward. PSG on the ball. Luis Suarez re-signs with Miami for next MLS season. Okay. We'll be live tomorrow for the Arab Cup final. We'll be live on the 21st for the AFCON opener. You all thank Son, because I wouldn't have done it if he didn't badger me. He's right, but I'm also very stubborn. Playing forward. That's tomorrow. There's no Moroccan team playing, and there's no Moroccan player playing in this game because the one who plays for PSG is hurt. It would make no sense. It's the cup final tomorrow, and Sunday the Morocco jersey comes out. Playing forward. Ortiz or Kong In is down. Why would I wear the Morocco shirt for this game? Yeah, Arab Cup final. I'm wearing the Morocco jersey tomorrow. The suit's today. That's it. Well, for a while. Hakimi's injured. I know that was my point. It wouldn't make sense today because he's Alexandro gets a yellow card. Wouldn't make sense today. He's hurt. He might be back for the AFCON knockout stage, though. But it's a blank jersey anyway. So either way. Playing forward. Well, I said I want to travel to the Caribbean or Puerto Rico. I cannot do that right now. I do not have a private jet or enough money to travel there. And honestly, well, I'm sure at some point I'll have some. Whenever I'm ready to travel, I'm sure I'll have somebody to travel with. But right now, moody. Then again, I'm moody right now too, so that doesn't give up anything, doesn't it? Either way, 25th minute of my own volition or my own making. Either way, well, either way, 25th minute. So I'm the time I get to go to the Caribbean, I'm sure the warships will be gone. I'm sure. Well, playing forward. Playing forward, 25 minutes, 0-0. At least Flamengo has held on since. They've kind of tightened up since the chip and the overturn goal. They've kind of tightened up a little bit, which is good news. Speaking of MLS, there's 2 more news. Kate Cowell's heading to Red Bull on loan from Chivas, and Ty Baribo's headed to DC United. Philadelphia Union receives $4 million from DC. Yep. Heard about both of those. Baribo's now going to be Benteke and Kate Cowell at Red Bull. Damn. Thought he was going to be a star at Chivas. No. Kate Cowell playing under Michael Bradley. Oh, Lord. He's back from injury. Oh, he's in the Morocco camp. Okay. Tua's getting benched for Quinn Ewers. Okay. I don't care. The Steelers beat the Dolphins. I don't care. Mexico played Panama, Estadio Rommel Fernandez, and Mexico's going to play in Bolivia, the Altitude Merchants. Have another friendly against Iceland and Querétaro. Yeah. I don't know. At least the Iceland one's useful. I guess. I don't know. Nobody worth a damn wanted to play Mexico, and frankly, playing forward. I think Flamengo's buckled down a little bit, I have to say. I think they've buckled down a little bit in this match. Panama 2-1 Mexico. Oh, that'd be funny. I'm just glad he ain't Toronto's coach. I'm glad he's coaching the Red Bulls. Maybe Toronto could still call the Pirate before they bring on the fail son of that bald fraud who destroyed and killed our club. Hopefully, if a certain club who wears red that's in Canada calls the Pirate, they'll never have to call Michael Bradley to be the head coach of our club because the Pirate don't lose. And there's never going to be an opportunity to put Michael Bradley in there until he's looking like Skeletor like his father did. If not, never. Because I'll tell you one thing. The Pirate, well, then again, whenever the Pirate gets Alzheimer's, that man's going to be long dead. If they called the Pirate, the only way he gets a chance to manage Toronto is if the Pirate gets struck down young in his prime. So I'll tell you, 1 or 2 things are going to happen. If they call the Pirate, either the Alzheimer's pushes the Pirate out of the chair, he dies, or the Pirate dies in that chair like Mike Leach did at Mississippi State. But I'd presume that the Pirate's going to have a long life, at least long enough to where Michael Bradley will never have a chance to coach the club if he's in that seat. That's just my opinion, though. Go destroy the Red Bulls, you jackass. Go destroy the Red Bulls, you jackass. Playing forward. Hope you never get a chance to destroy Toronto. Oh, well, I thought they said knockout stage. Playing forward. Well, he recovered quicker. I guess the love of the AFCON will do that for you. Flamengo playing forward, 30th minute. I think his father, Bob, was a great coach. And don't rage bait me. I'm already pissed off. Don't. I like you, William. I don't want to bite your head off, but you're rage baiting me. Bob Bradley is the worst. I wish him nothing but the worst. He's a failure. He's garbage. He killed my club. He tried to kill my club. He tried to kill the Pirates club. I hate that man. Forever and always. Come on, you know I'm the Pirate. Come on. Unless y'all just don't like listening and adding 2 and 2 together. But then again, that might just be your problem. Either way, I think it was obvious, right? Did anybody else think it was anybody else? Either way, a garbage. Absolute garbage. Skeletor. How we doing, Dillon? Who's He-Man in all this controversy? It ain't me. I'm a pirate. John Cena? Maybe? I'm not sure. I mean, I look good, but I'm not a freaking Adonis. Can John Cena be He-Man? I don't know. Can John Cena be He-Man? 31st minute. That might work. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. If it ain't John Cena, I couldn't tell you. It better be the part that Bob Bradley nearly murdered TFC. That better be the part you didn't know, which I'm surprised you were on this channel when he was here. Well, what? I don't know. Maybe you weren't watching this channel in 2023. I've talked about it enough, though. Yellow card. I've talked about him enough murdering the club, or trying to murder the club. Trying to murder my club. I've no respect for him. None. Bob Bradley has no respect for me. Never will. You damn near murder my club, and it looks like a freaking inside job between your son, you, and MLSE. No, I'm pissed off at everybody. None of you deserve quarter. That's why I'm mad at Michael. Because it seems to me that Michael wanted to play with his father, which, I mean, he already did at Red Bulls, because when he started at Red Bulls, he was the coach. So he played for Bob before. So you already did that. You didn't need to bring him over to here. But no, because Greg Vanny left, I feel like Armas got screwed. I'm going to say it again. I feel like Chris Armas and Javier Perez both got fucked. They both got railroaded and got screwed over in 21. Perez did a little bit better because at least he was a little bit more practical. A little bit more practical of the two. But now they've made the playoffs, so they go straight to Bob Bradley. And what happened? This club got murdered. Well, almost. Not completely. I can't say TFC got murdered. But the club is close. Was close. What can you do, though? Kong and Lee is off for Seni Maulu. That sucked. Either way. CONMEBOL rejected Honduras' call to play the Repechaje against Bolivia. Suriname suspension is immediate, but no word from CONCACAF or FIFA. How would CONMEBOL reject Honduras if it's about FIFA? What? That's how this sounds like bullshit. Playing forward. Maybe it's a good thing Suriname fell to the playoff. It would suck if you were in the World Cup draw. Riley took TFC from 21 to 23, and it was garbage. And he didn't coach until 22. Let's not forget that. He got hired at the end of 21. Garbage, garbage, garbage. It was garbage. Caught. Bradley coached part of TFC's worst season ever. And then he got fired. And then Terry Dunfield landed the fiery plane. Well, I don't know about landed, but. And John Herdman had a game coached in 23 as well. Let's not forget about that. See, Decision Day of 2023. John Herdman coached that game, remember? Cleared away. Then John Herdman had an affinity for flying drones. Actually looked like that was going to be good, and then he had an affinity for flying drones. Playing forward. Playing forward. Flamengo, Georgian de Arrasqueta crosses in. PSG clears. Douay. Flamengo, 36 minutes. Out for a goal kick. .36-minute. I'm starting to not believe that scandal. Central America salty. Yeah, who believed that scandal? How we doing, Blitzo? 2020 to 2025 era is the worst all time for TFC. I don't disagree. Playing forward, PSG. Douay. Shot. And it's a goal! Kavica Kvaratskhelia scores. The rebound falls to his feet and he taps it in. Kavica Kvaratskhelia scores. Now that one's not going away. 1-0 PSG. I thought Flamengo locked in after the goal got overturned, but nope. (1-0) 1-0, Kavica Kvaratskhelia. So the Leagues Cup will be played in 2026. Yep. Well, Rossi, and the save falls right to the feet of Kavica Kvaratskhelia. And you could argue that, well, no, he was onside. 1-0, Kavica Kvaratskhelia. I did say 2-1 in that on extra time. .38 minutes, Kvaratskhelia. 1-0, 1-0. I don't think so. Cleared away. No, I don't. I don't believe that's going to happen. I couldn't see it happening. I don't believe it'll happen. I think it's just Honduras being salty bitches. Guatemala's not, though, and they could. I've heard it being said that if it does happen, Guatemala and Honduras could play a playoff to qualify for the playoff. I heard you like a playoff, so you put a playoff in your playoff. I heard you like playoffs, so we put a playoff in your playoff, says Exhibit. Pimp my playoffs. Well, there you go, okay? Heard you like a playoff, so you put a playoff in your playoffs. I don't believe it, though. Ball crossed in. Header. Yes, I like Pat McAfee's show. I think Pat McAfee's awesome. So Canada packed Honduras up. Predicted that Iraq and DR Congo win. I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong. I hope Suriname and Jamaica are, well, let's put it like this. I hope whoever comes out of CONCACAF to play that playoff, where it still be Suriname or Guatemala or Honduras, if any of this is true, I hope they win that, and I hope Jamaica wins their playoff. At least Jamaica wins, hopefully. But the positive about Suriname being pulled, if they get pulled, is Honduras or Guatemala arguably have, well, on paper, have a better chance of winning a playoff than Suriname. Bolivia are altitude merchants. Like, Mexico's altitude probably ain't even good enough for them. I know Mexico has altitude, but let it be. 1-0. Corner for Georgian de Arrasqueta. Damn. Playing forward. Header. Shot wide. Goal kick. Forty-third minute. UEFA playoffs, Italy, Ukraine, Turkey, and Denmark will qualify. That sounds about right. Don't discount Italy's ability to fuck things up. I hope I'm wrong. I want the Italy-Canada match more than I need air. Like, it's crazy. If you think about it, the only reason Italy's playing Canada at the Olympics in hockey is because Italy's hosting the Olympics in February. But how awesome would it be in 2026 to have Italy play Canada in Canada's sport all the way over in Italy, and Canada play Italy in Italy's sport all the way over in Canada? How awesome would that be? At the pinnacle of the sport. Well, NHL players will be playing, well, I don't know about that. As we know now, NHL players should be playing Italy against Italy. That's going to be a murdering. I'll be live for the Italy-Canada hockey game. I have to be. That's even more awesome to me. But either way, it's even more awesome to me that Canada in February will be playing Italy in hockey during the Olympics, the Winter Olympics. I know some of y'all don't even know those exist, but I do. Because I like all the winter sports besides the Olympics time. Well, hell, even the summer sports. I love speed skating. I love curling. Hockey is hockey. That's kind of like football. Yeah, it's an Olympic sport, but it's one of my most favorite sports anyway. My 1A, 1B favorite sport anyway. Of course, I could watch out of the Olympics. There's a freaking league. It's like football at the Olympics. I watch it anyway, but basketball, the Olympics ain't too bad. Playing forward. And how it's obvious I like gymnastics because my mom grew up a gymnast is because I hate figure skating. I hate figure skating. It's horrible. I'd say figure skating's like the winter version of gymnastics. That just shows you that I watch gymnastics because my mom grew up a gymnast and she still watches it. Because, yeah. If that wasn't the case, I'd like freaking figure skating too, but I don't. The best thing, well, the thing that made figure skating the most known in the consciousness of everybody was Tanya Harding. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Iraq are good. Their B team was solid at Arab Cup, but Bolivia could do something. Chicago Fire have held positive talks with Robert Lewandowski over a move to Major League Soccer. Well, you know, that makes sense. I don't know if you know this, but Chicago's very known for a big Polish diaspora. Robert Lewandowski going to Chicago, if they had the money, then again, they did get Xherdan Shaqiri. They're going to try. They tried to get Neymar. If they get Robert Lewandowski, that is the smartest market. Well, hopefully Lewandowski ends up better than Bernardeschi and Insigne, but it's kind of like them two being in Toronto with a big Toronto Italian diaspora. Chicago, well, they have an Italian diaspora as well, but they have a big Polish diaspora. Chicago and Chicagoland has a big Polish diaspora. I know that to be true. 2 minutes to go. Drop ball. Look it up. It's true. Hey, maybe that's God telling you shouldn't. 45 plus 3. 1:30 left to stoppage time. Maybe that's God telling you, hey, you shouldn't. If she ain't told you, does she really? Hey, you had your fun. You tried to get more fun out of it, and you ended up not, as far as I know. So be it. Find more fun, you know? Still remember when Bastian Schweinsteiger played for Chicago Fire. Yeah, they were actually good back then. So they're trying to be good again, but either way. 1 minute to go. Playing forward. 1-0, 1-0. Well, in most cases, that's what you should do. Not everybody can find a unicorn. Not everybody's lucky enough to find a unicorn. So, son, not everybody's lucky enough to find a unicorn. But if you can find one, don't let them go. But not many, there aren't many unicorns out there, and there ain't enough people to handle those unicorns. If you catch my drift. Now. Blitzo knows. 4 minutes in. Free kick the other way. Halftime? Yes, it is. Halftime, it's 1-0 for Paris Saint-Germain. Flamengo did better to not get totally cooked after the overturned goal. But they're still losing. PSG had an overturned goal Flamengo locked in, but they still gave up another goal that actually counted. 1-0 at the half. 1-0 medio tiempo. 45 more minutes to go. Let's see. I thought PSG had been up 3-0 at halftime. Yeah, me too. Well, no, I said they'd win 2-1 in extra time, but this game looks stronger than that, but looks weaker as well. PSG, both teams started out shaky, but PSG started out red hot. Flamengo locked in after giving up the chip that got overturned because the ball went out before it got knocked right back to Fabian Ruiz, but they're still down. With that being said, 45 more minutes. Arab Cup final tomorrow, of course. See how it goes. Sit tight, be back. Take a short break at the half. Talk about the stats. Get this one going. Sit tight, be back. We're back for the stats of the half. That sucks. Hopefully, we can be here tomorrow for the Arab Cup final. But that's life. Holiday get-togethers. That's life. Everybody's going to get those. With that being said, halftime. $45 more minutes to go. Montreal, Toronto, New England, Red Bulls, NYCFC, Philadelphia Union will be the new division for TFC during the new schedule. Well, at least we're in the same division as Montreal, thankfully. Stats staff, 62% possession to 60 or 38% possession, 7 shots to 4, 3 shots on goal to 1. We have 256 accurate passes, 90% to 140, 80%, 5 fouls, 6, 3 corners to 2, 7 shots to 4, 3 shots on goal to 1, 286 passes to 174, 90% pass accuracy to 80% pass accuracy. We have 7 throws to 5, 0 offside to 0, 2 yellow cards to 2, 0 red cards to 0. I have 1-0 at the half. It is 1-0 at the half. 1-0 mito tiempo. PSG's the better team, I think. I have to say, I think Flamengo did lock in after the overturned goal, the overturned chip, because the ball went out of play. I think they did lock in. I think they locked in. They looked better. They looked defensively stronger. I wouldn't say they were the better side, but they defended very well, had a couple of moments. But PSG forced them a mistake, and they have a goal off of it. I don't think Flamengo's doing too badly, but they're definitely looking weaker, the slightly weaker side against PSG, which that is the way it probably should be going. But game is going about how you would expect it to. If you expected a PSG win, but not an absolute ass kicking. Second half about to start. That sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Second half about to start. look up the 2 aircraft from Gerald R. Ford that's in Trinidad. USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier arrives in Caribbean. There's only one Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier, the lead ship. U.S. warship docks in Trinidad and Tobago. That was in October. It's still there. Opening airports to U.S. military flights in Trinidad. That was 2 days ago. U.S. military flights into and out of Trinidad and Tobago. That was 2 days ago. Two's in Trinidad. They landed in Piaco last night. So that's probably what it is. The actual planes. Okay. The planes being allowed in and out, that's probably what it is. Either way, that was just 2 days ago. The plane part. With that being said, we'll get going. News says from the Gerald R. Ford, things bigger in my house. Well, that would make sense because that's the one that docked. Either way. Second half, here we go. And we're off. PSG to kick off the second half. They're up 1-0. "45 minutes. Playing forward, PSG. "46 minute. Throw in for PSG. 46 minute. 1-0. Playing forward. Cross blocked away. PSG, Maulu loses the ball. He tried. Yeah, he did. Completely. He completely did. And you really want to go there. Well. Yeah, just in general, yeah. Fooled everybody, yeah. Try the new Dr. Pepper Blackberry soda. Maybe. 48th minute, maybe I will. 48th minute, 1-0, 1-0. Headed away. Flamengo on the ball. '48th minute. '49th minute. '49th minute, 1-0. God only knows. Well, Infantino was glazing him. That's probably why. Gianni Infantino is a fool. Playing forward. PSG. It's going to be a second goal. Shot saved by Rossi. I don't understand it. No more wars while there's a literal blockade in the Caribbean. There's multiple fighter jets, multiple warships in Puerto Rico, Russian missiles in Venezuela. Oh. Well. That's just great. Playing forward. Player down hurt for Flamengo. 52 minutes. There's a radar in Grenada. 2 ships in Trinidad. The aircrafts just land. Not just Puerto Rico and Trinidad, U.S. Virgin Islands. Shit, we might actually. But 53rd minute. I'm just glad. I will say I'm just glad Kvaratskhelia, when it looks like the MLS is going to make the divisions, it looks like Toronto and Montreal are going to stay in the same division. Even Dominican Republic has U.S. troops there. Radar, everybody's sleeping. More is coming. Not to put it like that. Yeah, no, we are definitely. I thought he was just posturing, but no. Well, and then would commit some war crimes. I didn't know there'd actually be a war, but not to put it like that. Corner. Header cleared away. '55th minute, 1-0. Caught. That's out for a throw. '56th minute. And Arasqueta loses the ball. Safonov on it. '57th minute, still 1-0. Is Dembele playing? Dembele is on the bench. Good thing I didn't put him on the thumbnail. '57th minute. One 0. Bud Crawford retired. Who had a greater legacy, Mayweather or Bud Crawford? Ooh. Honestly, the better wins, like the more dominant fighter, as in the actual fighter who actually knocked people out and actually went for fights and didn't run away from fights. Bud Crawford. Mayweather might have the better record, but he ran from fights until the fighters were too old and out of their prime. He never really knocked a guy out. He was more technical. If you like a chess match and decisions, yeah, I guess Mayweather, but I think Bud Crawford. And he jumped multiple weight classes. He won multiple world championships in each weight class. He won the ring world championship in 4 weight classes. Bud Crawford might have a lower record, like 47-0 instead of 50-0 or something like that. But his is more serious. Like Bud Crawford's record is more true. As in he knocked guys out. He fought guys at their prime, at his prime, at their prime. He jumped different weight classes. Bud Crawford. In my opinion, I think Bud Crawford is the better legacy than Floyd Mayweather. To be clear, I think Floyd is a opportunistic punk who chose his matches, who chose the guys he could fight, didn't knock him out, went 50-0, was a champion. And let's see what they check on VAR. For me, Bud Crawford is the better legacy of a fighter. Bud Crawford for me over Mayweather. And P.S. Flamengo might have a penalty here. Marquinhos, trailing leg, gets down Esqueta after he pushes the ball forward. I think this might be a penalty. Flamengo has a chance to tie it, maybe. And it will be a penalty. Penalty for Flamengo. They might be able to tie the game here. Marquinhos gives up a penalty. If Flamengo scores, we'll have a tie game. I did say 2-1, didn't I? In extra time, didn't I? How's the game going? Flamengo might just tie it up. Solid. PSG's not a buzzsaw. But they, right now, are winning, but minutes away maybe from being tied. Flamengo needs this. They have a chance to tie it up. Jorginho. Oh, they're going with Jorginho to take the penalty. That's a choice. Sometimes he misses, sometimes he scores. But Jorginho to take the penalty to give Flamengo the equalizer. Jorginho versus Safanov. Either way. 1-0. Let's see if Jorginho can tie the match up. Chelsea legend might just put PSG back into a tie, and he does! Jorginho. 1-1. Scores the penalty. Chelsea legend. There you go. 61st minute. 1-1. 1-1. Penalty scored by Jorginho. Chelsea legend tied it up. Both perfect penalty by Jorginho. So he scored it. There were a couple of Chelsea where he missed before. But now he scored that one. I think Mayweather is the best boxer I've ever seen, but if you're just trying to win the fight, but his style's too boring to watch. Yeah. 62 minutes, Jorginho penalty. 62, okay, it's fine. There we go. Tie game, 1-1, uno. I agree in that way. Mayweather, if you want to win matches, yeah, Mayweather's style is one of the best. He's a very good technical boxer, but dude doesn't knock guys out. He wins on decisions, which I guess he still went 50-0 on decisions, which is crazy, but who's to say? Playing forward, PSG. Kvaratskhelia fouled. Yellow card for Pulgar. 63rd minute. I think Bud Crawford is the more entertaining fighter, but also his record is more real. Should have been a red. I think that would have been harsh. But again, I think Bud Crawford was more entertaining boxer, but his wins were more dominant. Barcola about to come on for PSG. But Barcola on. th minute. Cross in, headed away by Flamengo. th minute, 1-1. Any update on Freddie Freeman's status for Canada for the World Baseball Classic? He might not play. There's a possibility he doesn't play because he has a lingering ankle injury or whatever. I feel like the Dodgers don't want him to play. I hope he does play, especially now that Vladdy chose to play for the DR. That's going to be a bad choice if Freddie can't play. I mean, Josh Naylor would still play for Canada, but, you know. Hey, good for y'all. Can't believe we last night NBA Cup final was pretty insane. We beat Spurs in rematch since NBA Finals 94. That was crazy and insane. Congratulations to New York. Spike Lee was happy. I guess at least the Raptors went down to the team that beat them. They really beat themselves. But either way, I guess I can be proud of that. I really don't give a shit. The Raptors went down to the team that won the tournament in the end. Okay. Jalen Brunson's that dude. Single-handedly winning games left, right, and center for New York. Scooty must be very happy. I'm surprised he didn't talk shit about the Toronto-New York game. Well, we basically just gave it up ourselves. Either way. Y'all deserve it. NBA World Champs of World America. They certainly can use RJ back. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. RJ being gone sucks. Brandon Ingram's been trying to carry. Scotty's done well in most cases. But, yeah, they need RJ. They really do need RJ Barrett. Speaking of New York. He was formerly a New York player. But RJ, Yeah, they need RJ back heavily. It's no wonder that when the shit went south, he got hurt. Speaking of better news in tournaments, the Raptors 905 went 14-0 in the tip-off tournament. They're the number one seed at the Winter Showcase because they went 14-0 in the G League. So, that's cool. First time that's ever happened. The Raptors 905 are a super team this year. I love it. I love it. I love it. Be awesome to see them win the Winter Showcase and see how long they can carry the win streak into the regular season. They're a super team, man. The 905 might just win a damn G League again. About what, 8 years after the last one? Lovely. '69th minute. '69th minute, 1-1. '69th minute. Oh, she didn't show up? Well, yeah, I mean, Trish Stratus was there. You think Nicole would be there? Maybe she is bitter. Hey, John Cena moved on to a much better woman. As far as I can tell, Shay is a saint. Speaking of unicorns, she might be one. I'm happy for John in that case, but as far as I can tell, they're perfect for each other, Shay and John. So you know what? He won. I have my doubts. Well, not my doubts, but I have my suspicions that Artem and Miss Bella got started when she was on Dancing with the Stars and she cheated on John. I have my suspicions. Not that I can confirm, but I have my suspicions that it's ironic. I have my suspicions. When she was on Dancing with the Stars, she was cheating on John with Artem. I have my suspicions. Don't take that as fact. I have my suspicions. But again, don't take that as fact. And then whenever her and John break up, guess who she goes with? And then it all fell apart. So that's karma, isn't it? Either way, John's thriving. Her, she got what she wanted. She got a kid while being a single mother. Karma. Karma. She did it to herself. Karma. John Cena's thriving. Her, not so much. I don't think she thought she'd be back wrestling in a pretty sizable part at this part of her life, but she has to because I think she's paying alimony to Artem, weirdly enough. Karma. Karma. Karma's a B-I-T-C-H, yeah. Don't piss away the golden goose. West right now. Richie was at a Flyers game. Seems that some you could skip your friend's retirement match. She likes to act like her and John are on good terms. I don't think, cleared away. I don't think they are. It's like, oh, we hugged in the freaking backstage area during the Royal Rumble, during his last Rumble, or we talked. Shut up. Of course you say that, because John ain't going to say shit because he has no reason to. He's married. And he's got a better woman than you. He moved on well. You can't move on. But that's on you. Again. AKA, don't let your Miss Bella stop you from finding your unicorn, finding your queen, because delusional. Dude, Trish Stratus was there. Elias was there. Fucking Elias Samson was there. I didn't even know him and John were good friends. 3 substitutions for Flamengo. Elias Samson was there. And she can't be there? And you're still friends? Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You're a liar. I ain't got to hear you talk ever again. Get the fuck out of here. You're a liar. How we doing, Rory? If Elias Samson is sitting right there. Okay, I understand Mark Henry being there, though. Mark Henry had his best moment in WWE working with John Cena. The only time he was ever treated seriously, like actually seriously, right before he retired. Well, fake retired. The salmon suit, right? That's like what everybody remembers. I mean, I'd rather remember the salmon suit than a hand coming out of Mae Young's hoo-ha. The hand, remember? Yeah. Either one. Mark Henry, I get that. Trish Stratus, I get. Sami Zayn, he said he was going to be there. Kevin Owens, that kind of shocked me. Not because Kevin Owens showing up, I'm happy. I'm not surprised, but I'm kind of surprised. But again, Kevin Owens' son is a big fan of John Cena, right? I wish Owen was there as well. But he wasn't. Well, they didn't show him on camera. They showed Sammy's son, though, so whatever. It is what it is. Elias, though? Like, everything made sense, but Elias? Like, I didn't even realize Elias and John were good friends. Like, dude, that was out of left field. It popped me, but it was out of left field. I'm like, is that Elias Samson? Crazy. 76 minutes. I would have, if it was some random jobber in WWE who isn't there anymore and maybe showed up as a guest, I thought it'd be Dolph or Zack Ryder, not Elias Samson. Or EC3. Derek Bateman. Not Elias. Like, there are a lot of former WWE jobbers who have shown up recently on WWE TV as a guest that I thought were more likely to be there instead of Elias. Because remember that, like, time, like, what, 6 months ago on NXT? He was on NXT. Zack Ryder's been there a couple of times on WWE TV. Dolph. EC3 hasn't, but he's in that same sort of group. Like, I knew all 3 of them were, like, I know all 3 of Cena and EC3 and Zack Ryder and Dolph Ziggler. They're all good friends. Elias, though? Saved. Either one. That's how I know Miss Bella's lawn bad. That's how I know. She didn't show up. There is that little freaking corner of everybody. And she doesn't show up, but Elias does? You're acting like you're still good friends? Yeah, that just seems to me like a woman who knows she lost badly and still wants John's fans to love her. Like, it's not me, it was him. When he gets married to his next woman. Now, of course, he still doesn't want kids. There was a time when people were like, they were thinking about it. Whatever. Understandable. That's him. Fine. But he's much happier now than when he was on Total Divas. Hey, I'm happy for him. So that my point is, enjoy your time with the models, marry the unicorn, unless you can find a model and a unicorn in the same body. Do not get rid of that. Do not fumble that. Unless they fumble you, but we'll figure that one out. Either way, if you get a supermodel and unicorn in the same woman, don't fumble it. Unless they fumble you. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Just my advice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Point is, Miss Bella was a supermodel. She was not a unicorn. Shay, as far as I can tell, is a unicorn. She's pretty, but she ain't a supermodel. But her soul is but from what I can tell, adorable with a good soul matters a lot more. In my opinion. A good soul goes a long way. A good soul goes a long way. Just remember that. A good soul goes a long way. At least for the long term, but that's just me. All right. Who's dominating the game right now? I'm assuming PSG. Actually, it's a tie game, 1-1. PSG gave away a penalty to Flamengo. They scored it, and PSG are pushing, but haven't scored yet. But I did say 2-1 in extra time, so turns out I might be right. But that's just but again, I'm just going off assumptions. And, cross, blocked, yeah, Flamengo's giving up some bad mistakes there. Offside. Are they keeping Donnarumma? No, he went to Man City in August. And Chevalier was such a failure, they're playing some Russian dude. Safanov. Ah, yeah, he is Russian. 26, okay. Matvey Safanov, he is Russian. Boom, there we go. From Krasnodar. I've been up to date then. Hey, I haven't watched PSG since they almost lost to Tottenham, so same here, honestly. Russia played Peru? A 1-1 draw in November? God, Peru's horrible. God, they're horrible. Well, we knew that already, but to be fair, the first time I ever saw Safanov was on Saturday when PSG were playing Metz. I didn't realize Chevalier was a failure. As I said, I haven't seen PSG play till a couple of days ago. I did watch them play Mets because they were playing today, but while I was putting up the review for the freaking Flamengo Pyramids game. But other than that, that's the first time I saw him play. So to me, he is some Russian dude. And the problem is Russia, the games they play as a national team are against Peru. What does that tell you? It's Peru. Playing Peru. What does that tell you? That's all they can play. I'm too invested in my crappy Liga MX. It's trash, but it's my trash. CONCACAF is amazing. It might be trash, but it's our trash at times. Well, yeah, I mean, if Russia gets banned from football and sport, yeah. There's some other countries that commit war crimes that should be banned from sport. You're right. Either completely, do it to everybody or don't do it. But because Russia's Russia, But United States, let's be honest. You want me? I'll go there. I know where you're going, son. If you're a country committing a genocide, you shouldn't be playing sports on the world stage either. I know where you're going with it. If you're the United States, though, they've committed so many war crimes, it's a wonder they don't get in trouble. Whether it's because they want to commit the war crimes, they're doing it for somebody else. The United States have not done anything, a meaningful, rightful war, which arguably, but World War II. Most people would argue that's the last morally correct war the U.S. was in. Most people would argue that. Flamengo going forward. Attacking. Flamengo gives the ball. Here's a chance over the bar. So, point is, the United States commits so many war crimes over the past my whole life, but even longer. Why the hell haven't they been banned from sport? They should be. If you want to use that as a, moralistic code, hell, the USA should be banned from sport internationally. They should be. The shit that they've pulled. I said most people. I said most people, son. I said most people would think, but either way. Listen to what I said. Headers. Playing forward, shot blocked away. Flamengo loses the ball. Either way. But everybody knows Vietnam was bullshit. Everybody knows the Korean War was bullshit. Everybody knows Desert Storm was bullshit. Everybody knows the War on Terror was bullshit. And everybody knows Venezuela's bullshit. War crime, war crime, war crime. But no, they get to play international sports because, So, war crimes aplenty. But, Why do you love Full Metal Jacket so much? Because ironically enough, if you watch the movie, it's not a pro-war movie. Like 86 Minutes. If you watch Full Metal Jacket, it is a war movie, but it's not a pro-war movie. The duality of man, the peace button on Joker's helmet, Pyle killing himself because he got destroyed by Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, Arlie Ermy, also killing Hartman. He got turned into a damn nut job because he was useless and then broke down to a nut job. He kills the gunnery sergeant. He kills the gunny, the DI, and himself. Like, Full Metal Jacket was an anti-war movie. It didn't say positive things about Vietnam. Like, I'm heavily anti-imperialist, anti-war. Always have been. Full Metal Jacket might be a movie set during the Vietnam War, in Paris Island and Vietnam, but it's not a pro-war movie. Especially not pro-Vietnam. Just to be clear. No, being anti-imperialist and anti-war and loving the movie Full Metal Jacket and watching it on every Christmas Eve is not whatever it is. I don't know. Whatever the word is. It's not cognitive dissonance. It is not. Because if you watch the movie, it's anti-war. They even bring up the fact that at the time the Tet Offensive happened, people were going against the Vietnam War, where the leader of the press corps was like, Cronkite is going to tell us the war doesn't matter and they don't understand type line. But, like, yeah. But Joker not wanting to kill the sniper, them getting cold feet when the barracks get shot up and they have to start doing things, start actually fighting. The only guy who wants to kill being Animal Mother. Joker didn't want to kill. Cowboy didn't really want to kill. All the other dudes did. Animal Mother was the one strapped up with a damn bandoliers, and he runs into the damn sniper fire and dies. Point is, everything about Full Metal Jacket is not pro-war. That movie is not pro-war. Kubrick did not make a pro-war movie. You're out playing Ford. Like, no, it's very realistic about what boot camp is. Not that I know, but my dad certainly told me. Either one. No, Full Metal Jacket being one of my favorite movies while I'm anti-war is a very correct take. It's a very correct take. Like, watch the movie. Shit, it's on Netflix or something. It's not like it's hard to find. I have the DVD because I love physical media, but it's not hard to find. Watch the movie. Shit, watch it before I end up popping up streaming my top 50 songs list when I watch the damn thing. Not that you're watching it with me, but watch it. Find it on Netflix or wherever the hell it's on. Watch it. It's not pro-war. Maybe a war movie, but it ain't pro-war. And if the other 2/3 of the movie suck, that's on you. I will say the Vietnam parts of the movie kind of get a bit choppy, but it is what it is. Either way, the best part of the movie is the Arlie Ermy, Paris Island part. Either way, 1-1, 4 minutes of stoppage time. Enough about that. That's out for a goal kick. I agree, Sun. They be salty, but they play like crap. Guatemala at least tries to play the game. Yeah. Salty Honduras. Honduras push and take their spot. I want Honduras. If they're going to take Suriname out, I want Honduras and Guatemala to play a playoff in January. And then the winner goes and plays in March in the actual playoffs. I heard that's more likely if the situation is true. Playoff between the two countries, and then the winner goes to the playoff in March or late February. Either way. Central American countries are rubbish outside of Costa Rica. Panama is just recently getting good. Panama is good, though. I'm confused. Luis Araujo coming on for Flamengo. 3 minutes to go. Bruno Henrique off. $130 down. Levi Garcia or Luis Palma. Ooh. I mean, Luis Palma plays in Europe. Levi Garcia is solid, but I think Palma is better. Luis Palma plays in Europe. But Playing forward. Flamengo. Looks like my 2-1 late extra time goal for PSG prediction might happen. Saved. Caught. 93rd minute. Levi's in Europe, though. He's in Russia. That's the problem. That doesn't count. They don't play Champions League games. Russia's banned from sport. Do we need to get back into that conversation? Like, no, I wouldn't. We already made that point. Doesn't count. Playing in Europe and Russia does not damn count. Does not damn count. Until you play in Champions League again, doesn't damn count. Ask Luis Chavez how that feels. $20 seconds. I'd rather play in frickin' Andorra. PSG has the ball. Or Nashville. I have a weird feeling the Habs may make another trade with the Blues. Won the double IEK Athens, though. Yeah, he did that. I agree. That counts. But Luis Palma also played for Celtic. Which, I never shit on Celtic or Rangers, to be clear. Yellow card. To be clear, when I made my first horrible take about the Scottish Prem, I never shit on Celtic or Rangers. I said they were the reason why the league is actually worth a damn at the time. So, that doesn't change anything. Luis Palma played for Celtic. It's not like play for Hearts. Free kick for PSG. Vitinha. Let's see what happens on this free kick. Can PSG win it at the death? I'd rather be playing Liga MX than Russia. Yeah, Luis Chavez didn't take that advice. Playing forward. Vitinha. Punched away. PSG has a chance. Shot blocked away. Saved. And that's going to be full time. We're going to extra time. 1-1 at full time. We're going to extra time in the Intercontinental Cup final. 1-1. Uno. Or not. Marquinhos slides. He almost had the winner at his feet. He gave away the penalty to tie the game, and he's the reason why they're going to extra time. Well, Jorginho had to score, but Marquinhos, honestly, arguably the reason they're going to extra time. Who are the most Canadian and most American celebrities ever? My votes are Bret Hart and Toby Keith. I like the Toby Keith shout. We are going extra time now, 1-1. Bret Hart. Yeah, that's a good shout too, actually. Yeah, actually, that's a pretty good shout. I can't disagree. Hulk Hogan, well, actually, I like Toby Keith. I don't want to give it to a shitty person. So I'll say good shout. But if you want to give it to a shitty person, yeah, just give it to Hulk Hogan for the American side of things. But since I want to keep it to a person I like, Toby Keith. Rest in peace, Toby Keith. Legend. A playoff between Honduras and Guatemala would make sense somewhere here in the U.S. probably. Yeah, exactly. So I hope if they do get pulled, that's the case. I want Guate to make a World Cup, so I hope they get another chance. I'll tell you, if Honduras and Guatemala play a playoff, I'll be rooting for Guatemala to win. I still want Guate to make a World Cup, and they're still keeping Tenna, so either way. Gretzky was the Canadian GOAT. Well, he never was stereotypically. Well, then again, Bret Hart wasn't either. But just look up Wayne Gretzky around the Four Nations face-off and how he was wearing a MAGA hat at Mar-a-Lago, and it pissed off a lot of Canadians because when that picture came out or got unearthed, Trump was on his Annex 51st State Canada shit. So, do with that what you will. Gretzky is now a traitor to most Canadians. With that being said, sit tight, be back. Short break. We're back for extra time. Sorry I was a couple of seconds late. 1-1. 90th minute, of course. We'll have 15 minutes of a half of extra time, no matter what. Flamengo going forward, ball crossed in. This place is a 3-4 place, so there's only a bathroom up on the second floor and third floor, so not down here. So shot blocked away. So it is what it is. Flamengo playing forward. FIFA's punctual with timings. Everything else is not. CONCACAF, no. MLS, no. FIFA punctually times everything to a T. 91st minute. I keep forgetting that. '91st minute. Playing forward. "92 minutes. MLS is looking to do divisions. Yeah, but there's also conferences within those divisions, but yeah. Yeah. It's not too bad, but it is what it is. Playing forward, 93rd minute. At least Toronto and Montreal are in the same division if the rumored divisions are the right ones. Playing forward. Coca-Cola is now producing 8-ounce bottles of Coke and Sprite made with cane sugar. Playing forward. Throw in. Lovely. "94th minute. Luis Arujo loses the ball. Flamengo trying to keep this game alive. Let's see if they get to penalties. We could have an IC title defined on penalties possible. Whether, well, it's either that or the 2-1 extra time win for PSG. I did say when the talent gap meets the tired level of the Flamengo players, PSG will strike. Five minutes down of extra time, 20 to go, or 25 to go. Sophia Wilson's back for the Thorns for 2026. I saw. I'm not surprised, but I'm glad to see it. Playing forward. Yellow card, Saul, 96th minute. 97th minute. One. Uno. Tiempo extra. Shot saved. Playing forward. '99th minute. Getting closer and closer to a halftime of extra time. We will play to 120 no matter what. The question is will PSG find a goal? Will Flamengo find a goal? Or will we go to penalties and decide the Intercontinental Cup on penalties? And there's a foul on Flamengo, or on PSG. Flamengo did get fouled there. Elfaf, the center ref for this game, which is awesome. I love to see it. I love that they gave Elfaf the center ref spot in this game. It was a Premier League post. The Premier League posted Premier League heroes from Trinidad and Tobago. Dwight York, Shaka. Yeah. '99th minute. So that's pretty cool. Playing forward. Playing forward. Elfaf's earpiece is not working. Microphone earpiece is not working. Got to change the batteries on it, I guess. Playing forward, 101st minute. So far, still tied. Good. Oh, Flamengo has the ball. Good defensive play. Zaire Emery, somehow, that's not a foul. Okay. Weirdly enough, playing forward. Dembele on the pitch for extra time. Blocked away. Blocked away, corner. Ousmane Dembele came on at 78. Ibrahim Mbaye came on at extra time. Aruju. So, Flamengo has one more substitution. Mayulu came off at 64 for Barcola. Window 1, window 2, window 3. I guess they have 2 more subs and 1 more window for extra time. PSG, okay. I don't know exactly who they'd want to put on, but playing forward, Luis Aruju running. And they also have the halftime, but they have 2 more subs. Flamengo has 1 more. Ilya Zabarny, Barald Hernandez, and John 2, and Ramos. Or Gonzalo Ramos, maybe, will come on. But other than that, ball cleared away. I don't know if they'll use all 6. Unless Chevalier's good at penalties or something. João Neves, good tackle. That's a corner. 104. Shot saved. .105 minutes. .105. Flamengo has the ball. 1 minute of stoppage time. 15 more minutes of extra time after this. Blocked away. Horrible pass, and Zaire Emery was right there to cut it off. .105 minute, getting to 106th. Playing forward. 105. Will we ever see the return of the golden goal? No, but I would gladly accept the silver goal. Halftime of extra time, it's 1-1. I will gladly accept the silver goal. Miro tiempo extra, 1-1. Esta dia. 1-1 at the half of extra time. 15 more minutes to go. 1-1. Tie game. Is PSG washed? No. I just think Flamengo, as I said, they're well drilled. I mean, isn't this exactly how I said it would go? And y'all thought I was crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm just right. I said 2-1 late goal for PSG in the second half of extra time. This is exactly going how I said it would go. Well, I didn't totally be too open about it. I didn't totally explain it, but this is going how I said it would go. For better or for worse. PSG's had their moments. Flamengo's locked in and been very good for the most part. PSG stupidly giving away a penalties put them in this position, but that's football for you. Substitution at the half of extra time. It is going to be Njantu, Quentin Njantu for PSG. I'm just curious is all. I like the silver goal. If there's a team who has a lead halfway through extra time, they should win the game. We should not play 120 minutes just to play 120 minutes. I don't know if that would make it more likely teams are pushing for penalties and they don't do shit during extra time. I remember the golden goal he tried to bring in during the CFU Cup, as well as other tournaments that had the golden goal in the early 2000s. I remember. Didn't the Gold Cup have it at the time? Either way. 45 more minutes. Or 15 more minutes, I should say. Substitution for Flamengo Samuelino. And he has another 45. Well, no, I guess they're going to use their window, but they only have one sub left anyway. One window and one sub left. PSG has a window and one sub left during extra time. If they want to bring on Chevalier for penalties, that could be what they do, depending on the situation. They have one more window, though. Marin and Chevalier on the bench. They also have Hanato Marin, Zabarni, Barald, Hernandez, and Ramos. It's either or, really. Gonzalo Ramos. Thank you, Malha. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep. Gold Cup qualifiers use golden goal. Notably in the 2000 Gold Cup when Canada won a golden goal against Mexico in the quarterfinals. That's why I know. Okay, yeah, there we go. Samuelino coming on for Flamengo. He is their last sub. They will run with this lineup till the bitter end. Ball crossed in. Header. Brought down. It'd be funny if PSG lost 2 FIFA finals this year. Transitively, are Flamengo the world champions if they pull this off? Considering Flamengo beat Chelsea at the Club World Cup. Shot wide. Be a goal kick. Substitution, Samuelino coming on. Plata off for Samuelino. Why'd they get rid of golden goal? I have no idea. Are you happy with Chelsea winning yesterday? Yeah, they won, so that's all that matters. Abolished from most FIFA authorized competitions, including the Gold Cup after 2004. I think silver goal should be back. If you lead at halftime of extra time, they shouldn't have to play extra time. Like, they don't make you play extra innings, a full extra inning. Flamengo wins this, hella funny. Like, if you're leading, well, no, they do, actually. Yeah, no, they did play a bottom of it. Okay, I don't know then. Is it might be as bullshit as the NFL having the old overtime rules? I don't know. Frankly, yeah, what's the problem with a golden goal? They do that in hockey, no matter if it's regular season or postseason. In hockey, if you score an overtime goal, the game is over. Well, unless it gets overturned. Flamengo. But if the goal stands, the game is over. Like, what's the problem with a golden goal? With the way extra times are, shit, I don't blame them. Ball crossed in. You know what? With the way extra times are, I don't blame them. Shot over the bar by Luis Araujo, the former Atlanta player. Bring back away goals. How about both? Also, Flamengo wins this. It'll be their second Intercontinental Cup. They won. They beat Liverpool 3-0 in Japan. No. They made the final against Liverpool and then lost. In 19-something. Oh, in 19-something in Japan. No, they played Qatar in 2019. I'm an idiot. I saw 19, like, 2019? No, they made the final, but they lost. But no, in 1970 or 19-something, yeah, in Japan, when it was the Toyota Intercontinental Cup, yeah. You're right, no. 19-something as in the 1900s. Okay, yeah, my bad. 70s or 80s, something like that. I think it was the 80s, like 87 or something, 86, 87. 110th minute. But yeah, they'd be tied with Corinthians in Club World Cups, Intercontinental Cups, but bring back away goals. But, like, think about it, though. Like, if in hockey they have a golden goal, in any knockout or just in general, whether it's regular season, 3-on-3, the 5-on-5 in the playoffs, Olympics, like, why can't there be a golden goal in football? Playing forward. $111th minute. Hockey could work that way. Playing forward. PSG that's out for a corner. Header. Cleared away by Flamengo. It's going to go out for a free kick for Flamengo. Go and check his head. 112th minute. $112th minute. Blocked away, 113th minute. Dembele, good tackle. Advantage played. I would say that's clear. Playing forward, Flamengo. What a play. Dembele got free. Nope. Aruju gets tackled by Pacho, 114th minute. Getting closer and closer to a shootout. There's only, well, one more chance for a shootout left this season. Of course, AFCON opener is just a 90-minute game, no matter what. Of course, there's this, which is looking like it's heading to a shootout. Ousmane de Ballon d'Or. He ain't looking like it against Flamengo. I know he won it, but still. Barely even shown, really. Amazing tackle, too. $114th minute. Over the bar. Ousmane de Ballon d'Or. Well, playing forward for 2026. I heard the rumor Talish Magno center around his desire from a European move from NYCFC with post links to Italian club Bologna. Bernadeschi and Talish Magno teammates. Shot wide. Leo Pereira. Currently back in Brazil after a loan to Corinthians ended late 2025 as Corinthians didn't pick up the purchase option, leaving his next step. Loan sale or stay in NYCFC uncertain. $116th minute for 2026. AFCON opener will have minimum 3 goals. El Kabi and Nesri Brahim Diaz. We'll see. We'll know on Sunday. 116th minute. $116th minute, 4 minutes to go, stoppage time. Or half extra time, you know what I mean. 116, 120. Probably coming back to NYCFC. Honestly, Talish Magno playing again for NYCFC ain't a bad move. That ain't bad. I think that's pretty good, honestly. Barcola. Good tackle by Flamengo. 116th minute. Barcola. Shot. Wide corner. Flamengo is holding on. $117th minute. Vitinha. Header. $118th minute. Two minutes plus stoppage time to go. If there probably will be some. Neves goes down. I can't say that is, but shot, save, corner. What do you mean? We'll see. Comoros nearly full squad lose to Morocco. C team the Arab Cup. If Morocco ain't beating them 3-0, pack it up. That is a good point, but I didn't think about that. You're right. 119th minute. 119th minute corner. It will be a corner kick. No check on the Neves contact. Header. Free kick the other way. Flamengo gets a free kick with a minute to go and stoppage or extra time. You're not wrong, though. You're not wrong. That might be a questionable. Saul, trailing leg gets him. I think Flamengo might have got lucky there. $119.30. Yellow card. Doesn't seem to me PSG is going to make that last sub. Playing forward. 120th minute. $120. How much stoppage time will we get? 10 seconds, and it's going to be 1 minute. 1 minute of stoppage time. Safanov will look like he'll be in goal for the shootout. Gonzalo Ramos sitting on the bench. No sub for PSG. They will not use their sixth sub. Looks like, all things considered. We're going to penalties. Hopefully this penalty shootout's better than Toluca's and Tigres. Because that was a shit show. I'm sure it will be. But 120, Flamengo can win this on a penalty shootout. Alexandro with a throw-in. 1-1 draw at extra time. Throw-in for Alexandro. And we're going to penalties after extra time. 1-1. Post tiempo extra. 1-1. There we go. We're going to penalties. 1-1, 1-1. 1-1. We'll take a short break. We'll be back for the shootout. 1-1 on the night. 1-1 on the day. 1-1 estadia. Penalty shootout to decide the Intercontinental champion. We'll see. All right, we're back for the shootout. Going to be interesting. Comoros' highest market value player is Mizion Malita. Market value of $1 million. Well, that's just sad. It's Flamengo's chance to get it right on penalties. Hope Flamengo will win because PSG wins too much. Thoughts Justin Hawk unlikely return to NYCFC's on the move. From England's second division, Coventry City and Middlesbrough, and 2 German Bundesliga squads. He deserves to move on. I think he'll do well in Europe. He deserves to move on. I think he'll do well in Europe. So let's see how he does. Oh. Here we go. TNT would smoke Comoros. I would hope so. Penalty shootout. Here we go. This is a chance for Luis Felipe to add to his winning resume, winning this trophy. And frankly, I think he'd deserve it. He's done amazingly. I said he's a good coach. Very good coach. All respect in the world to Felipe Luis. I'd love to see him win here. Safanov, penalty shootout. And here we go. Flamengo to kick first. And that is De La Cruz. De La Cruz to take the first penalty. Flamengo will kick first. Which team would fit for Justin Hawk, second division? Middlesbrough. De La Cruz versus Safanov. De La Cruz, Safanov. PSG. African Cup of Nations in 4 days. De La Cruz versus Safanov for the first penalty shot and goal. 0-1, 0-1, De La Cruz scores. Sends Safanov the wrong way, and De La Cruz gives Flamengo the opening goal and the lead. What a shot. Aiden Morris already there. Justin Hawk's more of a center back, though, instead of a center. I guess he could play both. But either way, Vitinho up for PSG. Vitinho. Up for PSG. To make it 1-1. All he could do is keep PSG tied. Vitinho versus Rossi. Long run up for Vitinho. Vitinho. Shot. Goal. Sends Rossi the wrong way and Vitinho scores. 1-1, 1-1. 1-1, 1-1. But good shot from Vitinho. Next up is Saul, the former Atletico man and Chelsea man. Saul up to take a penalty. Saul, former Chelsea and Atletico man. Oh, that's why he went over. Felipe Luis played for Atletico. That makes sense now. I just realized. That totally makes sense. Saul Saved by Safanov. 1-1, uno. Safanov makes the save. Well, that's probably Flamengo's chances down the drain. Saul makes the shot. Safanov makes the save. That was a horrible penalty, to be real. Went the same way as Safanov, and he makes the save. I guess he is good. 1-1, uno. PSG to take the lead. Ousmane Dembele, the Ballon d'Or winner. If he missed, that would be sad. Dembele shot and saved. Oh my God. Tie game still, 1-1. Oh my God. Rossi saves Dembele. Oh no, he put it over the bar. Okay, that makes a lot more sense, but he still missed. He put it over the bar. Wow. Ousmane Dembele puts it over the bar. 1-1, uno. Flamengo gets a stay of execution. Wow, Dembele put it over the bar. Substitution, Pedro to take the penalty against Safanov. Pedro versus Safanov. Can Flamengo be in a good position after that save? Saved by Safanov! Oh my God, what a shit show. Pedro thinks Safanov might be off his line. He did take the feet off the line. He did. That should be a retake. Pedro misses, but this might be a retake. Let's see. If it is a retake, he's a genius. Looks like it is a retake for Pedro. Well, Elfaf put the ball back on the spot, but I think that might be a retake. And he missed. It is not a retake. Still 1-1. Well, he just blew it now. I don't know. I feel like he might have got screwed. And that's Nunes. Nunes to take the penalty and give PSG a lead. There's no way that he misses just like Dembele did or gets saved. It would be nuts if it did. This is an absolute shit show. Nunes shot, goal. It's 2-1. And Flamengo now needs to find a way to make another save and score. Sends him the wrong way. Nunes sends Rossi the wrong way. And now it's 2-1. Dos uno. Flamengo has to score for any chance to get back into this. Leo Pereira. If he scores, they might have a chance. Leo Pereira. 2 saves from Safanov, even if he might have been off his line on the second one. Leo Pereira. Saved by Safanov! He is good. Flamengo, my God, this is the most crappiest penalty shootout in the world. Leo Pereira tried to, well, that was a horrible Panenka if he tried. Shot it straight at the goalie. That's not a Panenka. That was just dumb. And Bradley Barcola for the win. Bradley Barcola for the win. If he scores, PSG are the Intercontinental champions, and it's saved! Saved by Rossi. Flamengo are still alive. 2-1. 2-1. Barcola saved. And Rossi stays on his line, and he just saved Flamengo's ass. They still need another save if Flamengo scores. If they miss, it's over. Flamengo has to score and then get a save to send themselves to Luis Araújo to keep them alive. Luis Araújo to keep him alive. He needs to score. Safonov might be the man of the match if PSG wins this. Luis Araújo and a save by Safonov, and the game is over. 2-1 PSG. A horrible penalty shootout, but Safonov single-handedly wins PSG the Intercontinental Cup. One. Horrible shootout. Not as long as the Toluca one, but 2-1, 2-1. But another shit show nonetheless. Safonov is man of the match. I called him Russian guy. Dude's man of the match. What world is this? I was right about the IC Cup final being PSG. It's 1, 2, 3. 3 out of 4. 4 out of 5. Okay, with that being said, horrible penalty shootout from Flamengo. They came all this way to choke. Dear God. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. Notification once subscribed. Since that's on live streams, comment on this video. I'll put this in playlists. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match. What a shit show that shootout was, but I'll see you later. Of course, tomorrow we have the Arab Cup final, Jordan versus Morocco, live RSR, 9:55 a.m., 10:55 Eastern for a 10 o'clock start. Then, of course, we have days off on Friday and Saturday before we do the AFCON opener, Morocco versus Comoros, live RSR. That'll be the RSR 7 Watch a Match 5 finale. The best of reel will be tacked on at the end of the RSR 7 Morocco Comoros review. Then, of course, we're off on Monday. Then December 23rd, we have the top 50 songs list stream. If there's a funny moment from that, it will be on the Best of Watch a Match reel. Day off on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, of course, we'll have the Christmas message short. Merry Christmas message short in the morning. And then, of course, we'll also have the Watch a Match 5 Best of reel on Christmas night. Thursday, 26th, we'll have Run It Back for the Dynasty Stars. For December, on New Year's Eve, we'll have Month Ahead for January for the Dynasty Stars. January 1st, we'll have the Best of RSR 7 reel standalone. And then January 2nd, our RSR 8 Watch a Match 6 premiere will be Mississippi State versus Wake Forest. Duke's Mayo Bowl. So with that being said, I'll see you within the hour. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you. Congratulations to PSG. Felicidades PSG. Commiserations Flamengo. He's very good. I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you.